So certainly one of the best perfumers of our time is Alberto Morillas. He has composed fragrances like Acqua di Gio by Giorgio Armani, Pai by Givenchy, among many others. He actually has his own brand. It's called Mizensir, and here we have a fragrance that I think is a remarkable choice for the summertime. This one, just by the name Blue Gin. It's a combination of a casual attire consisting of blue jeans. Of course, there's also this gin and tonic accord in there as well. So very refreshing, perfectly suitable for this time of the year. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on Blue Gin by Mizensir, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's review and I tell you all about Blue Gin by Mizensir, an amazing fragrance by Alberto Morillas, and I think it's going to be people's top choice, especially for the summer months, because it has this fizzy, effervescent-like quality about it. I want to start things off by mentioning that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit that bell icon so you could be notified every time I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something today or if you took something of value from today's episode. So here we have a fragrance that actually came out before this year. So it is on the older side. It's not the most recent release from the brand. I know there's another one called Ambre Magique. It's kind of like a spicy amber fragrance. I'm going to leave a card to that up here. Another amazing quality fragrance. When you're taking a look at this fragrance, of course, it doesn't mention gin and tonic accord in the note breakdown, but it does have a lot of ingredients that would remind you of a gin and tonic. So there's juniper berry, for example, Sichuan pepper, there's cardamom. There is something smooth and velvety underneath. There's actually tonka bean, there's cascalone, there's another ingredient called iron. So you have some velvety musks working their magic in the base as well. Cascalone can be a little bit on the oceanic and aquatic side of things. Iron is said to be a little bit powdery, although I don't necessarily get anything powdery from this fragrance, but I do get something a little bit on the spicy side, bright, fizzy, effervescent, perfect for the summer. So I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's start things off with the presentation. So right away, in terms of the smell, you are going to get this spicy nuance right in the introduction. So it's this combination of Sichuan pepper, cardamom, and juniper berries. And I'm getting more juniper than anything else. I know juniper is used in the synthesis of a lot of alcoholic spirits. So I think that that's kind of what gives it that authentic boozy vibe. And juniper is not one of my favorite ingredients. I've mentioned this in the past. It kind of has this bitter, astringent quality about it. But when I try to take my mind off of that, I am reminded sometimes of the smell of cedarwood, where it kind of has this spicy, woodsy, slightly herbal smell to it. But the way that it's working with the other ingredients in this blend actually produces a really nice effect. There is a touch of mandarin in the opening. And basically what the mandarin does is it smooths things out. It gives you a nice touch of effervescence right in the top there, and it does fizzle out after a while still maintaining its freshness. 100% a summertime fragrance. I think a lot of people will smell the spices and they'll think, oh, is this possibly a spring scent or an autumn scent? I think there is enough of that sort of pervasive fizzy quality that makes me want to wear it in the summertime. As a matter of fact, I have been wearing it over the past few weeks. I know the summer solstice hasn't officially arrived yet, but let me tell you, I've been really enjoying this one, and the lasting power that it gives you in the summertime is something that I know a lot of people are looking for. A lot of people are not really willing to compromise when it comes to a fresh citrus-based summer fragrance, because a lot of them do have the reputation of not lasting a long time, and I know that that's not a trade-off that many people are willing to make. Here you have a citrusy fragrance that is more on the oceanic side of things, but the longevity is there, right? So the tonka bean in the base, it is quite long lasting. It doesn't give off too much of a sweet vibe in the fragrance. I know cascalone, from what I looked up, it can smell aquatic. Sometimes it can almost have a fruity aroma to it as well. Again, not getting too much of that. It's really just this bright, velvety, slightly spicy, fizzy, and long-lasting fragrance that has a very unique smell to it. And definitely leave it up to somebody like Alberto Morillas to create something that is within a familiar genre but still smells different. And I think that that's something that many times is hard to achieve and it's hard to accomplish. Now, in terms of that cardamom that's in here, cardamom has a very distinctive smell, especially when you think about fragrances like Pegasus Exclusive by Parfum de Marly. There's a lot of cardamom-based fragrances on the market. I'm not getting a whole lot of that in here, which is kind of a good thing, because for a gin and tonic accord, I don't know if an overdose of cardamom would have been the right move to make, but the ingredients that are in fact in here, the spiciness of the Sichuan pepper, the freshness of the mandarin, and that sort of smooth quality of the iron and the cascalone, and some of these other ingredients, the cetalox that's in there, that also kind of contributes to this sort of aquatic vibe. Very smooth, musky, velvety, but definitely on the clean side of things. So very well done. I'm certainly going to be wearing this fragrance a lot more this summer. It's actually my scent of the day, so I'm going to put on a few more sprays. Nice distribution on the atomizer, sprays out a lot of liquid, and I do like the sort of blue jeans sort of a texture on the sleeve here, but also the label on the bottle. Really cool. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, like I said, for a citrusy, fizzy, oceanic type fragrance, it is actually quite unique, and I do appreciate that very much. The longevity on this one is a solid 8 hours. I really wasn't expecting much more from that, and I was hoping I wouldn't get less. So 8 hours is actually right on the money. Projection was amazing for the first hour and a half of application. It did not start to sit closer to the skin until that 5-hour mark, so really good performance from this one. And in terms of the versatility, you can wear this one dressed up, dressed down, perfectly unisex. Some people would argue it's a little masculine, but I do think it's perfectly unisex. I think this one can be enjoyed in the summertime mostly, and it'll appeal to anybody of any age. I can definitely see somebody enjoying this one in the spring too. Basically, as the weather gets hot, I think this is the type of aroma I can see most people wanting to experience in that weather. Presentation, I think, is really nice, and I think the name itself, Blue Gin, it makes the aroma very easy to convey. And if you are somebody who enjoys those types of cocktails like the gin and tonic, if you like the Bombay Sapphire, if you like these types of spirits, I think this is one that you'll ultimately put on your to-try list. But my final verdict on this fragrance is, hey, I think it's great. I think it's a great fragrance, very easy to wear. Alberto Morillas created another amazing fragrance, and I think Blue Gin is very easy to pull off. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. I know it's already been on the market for a while now, so chances are you've had a chance to try it and enjoy it. If that's the case, leave your comment down below. Thank you so much for joining me today. That were my thoughts on Mizensir's Blue Gin. If you own or have tried this fragrance, go ahead and comment down below. I'll try to interact with as many comments as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I do upload these daily videos, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.